What's up, y'all? It's your boy AJ, and this is AJ Reacts 2. And today we got another ranking video for y'all. We're gonna be talking about every single Pixar movie. I'm excited, so let's get into it. Let's go. We have a lot of films to discuss, so I'm going to be very short with pretty much all of them. I might talk about my all-time favorites. I might discuss a little bit of my least favorites, but I'm just going to kind of go quickly, for most of them. So first up, we're going to go, my all-time favorite is going to be Coco. I know this might not be everybody's top favorite for Pixar films, but it is my top favorite. I feel like it's very cultural, probably the most cultural of all the other films. So moving on to my second one, Toy Story, the original Toy Story. It's very nostalgic for me. It's probably the only Pixar movie that I watched as a kid, as a little kid. Came out in 95, 2 years after I was born, and that was just one of my movies that I watched over and over as a kid. My third film is Toy Story 4. It grabbed my heartstrings. It was probably the most emotional Pixar film for me. Coming in number 4 is Monsters Inc. And this is probably the second most emotional Pixar film to me, and it really grabbed my heartstrings. I really enjoyed the characters of this film, and I really enjoyed the relationship with the monsters and Boo. I loved it. Next film, Incredibles. I was really into Incredibles as a kid. It really sparked my interest because of the superhero aspect, and Incredibles just was awesome. Like, how can you deny that? Next one is actually Onward, and this one came out this year. It was very fresh, very new. It felt different than all the other Pixar films. It felt kind of modern day, and also a little medieval, so I really enjoyed that. Number 7 is gonna be Ratatouille. Honestly, I feel like this film is a little long. I always felt like that, but the subject matter is really cool. It's funny. I love Remy. So yeah, so the next one is going to be Finding Nemo. This film, it's an instant classic. The relationship between Marlin and Dory, how they create this bond, is just something that really has stuck with me through the years. Number 9 is Up. Up was my all-time favorite Pixar film for a long time. I really couldn't even tell you why. I just really enjoyed the story, the plot of it. Everybody cries at the first minute of Up. So number 10, Toy Story 3. This is one that everybody said they cried at, but I never cried at. But it was a really, really good film. I really enjoyed the villain of this film. I think that's my favorite villain of all Pixar films, Lotso Huggenberry. Number 11 is going to be Brave for me, and the reason why is because I just really enjoyed that relationship between mother and daughter, and how they never could see eye to eye. Once they went on this journey together, they kind of understood each other better, and I think that was something that really stuck with me. Number 12, Monsters University. When I heard that there was going to be another Monsters Inc. film, I was so excited. I love that film, and then we find out that it's a prequel, and I was a little bit let down, but when I actually watched the film, I really enjoyed it. So it was kind of like a love-hate situation right there. Number 13, Inside Out. This one has gone down on my list a lot. It was really high up there. It's probably number 3 or 2 for a long time, and then I just kind of rewatched it so many times. I felt like I kind of played it out, so it kind of backfired on myself. So number 14 is gonna be Toy Story 2, and this film gets a lot of flack, but it's really has a lot of good attributes to it. We get introduced to Jesse, but I will say it is the lesser of all 4 films. Next movie is gonna be The Good Dinosaur. When I did watch this film, it was kind of on in the background. I didn't watch it in theaters. I probably could have paid more attention to it. It might have been higher up on the list, but it was good for what I saw. Number 16, Finding Dory. I actually wasn't a huge fan of Finding Dory. It felt really redundant to Finding Nemo, trying to find her parents, and it was just, the whole journey felt recycled to me. Number 17, Incredibles 2. Incredibles 2, really, I got really disappointed by Incredibles 2. I was very excited for it. Something that, a sequel that I had been waiting for all my childhood, and then when I got older, it really let me down. It wasn't the worst film I ever seen. It just kind of was like, it didn't exceed my expectations. I think that's what it was. It didn't meet my expectations. 18, A Bug's Life. The reason why this one is so low is because I just haven't seen it in so long. I seen it when it came out like in 98, and that was pretty much it. When did it come out? Yeah, it came out in 98, and that's probably the last time I seen it. So it didn't really stick with me, throughout my my life. Next one, 19, is WALL-E. WALL-E, everybody loves WALL-E. Oh, he's so cute. He's a robot. The movie is just really super boring to me, and it does have good things about it, but for the most part, WALL-E is gonna be. So we could just group 20, 21, and 22 all together. All the Cars films. I do not like Cars. I just never really got into it. I watched the first one and the second one as well, and I cannot say that I enjoy those films at all. I'm trying to think of something positive about those movies, and the animation is cool, I guess. I don't know. And then they made another film that was kind of like that called Planes, but it wasn't Pixar or something like that. I don't know. But, Cars is not my favorite. So this new movie is coming out called Soul. Who knows when that's going to come out, because it's supposed to drop this year. And, production of everything has slowed down or stopped or, postponed. So, we don't know, but it's supposed to be kind of a cultural film, another cultural film, sort of like Coco, but it's like, from what I understand, it's like an African American's perspective, and I really enjoy that. But something that I've kind of talked to some people about this film, and we kind of realized that a lot of African American films and cartoons, or like big films, African Americans are portrayed by beings, not necessarily themselves. So they get turned into something, or this one, it seems like he gets turned into a blob the whole film. Spies in Disguise, Will Smith's character gets turned into a pigeon the whole film, pretty much. Also, the Princess and the Frog, she turns to a frog the whole movie. So it's just kind of there's kind of a trend with that, and I don't know if that's a negative thing. I really don't know, but it seems intentional for some reason. But anyway, I hope this movie is good. I hope it turns out to be cool, fresh, and it represents us well. So that has been my Pixar ranking. It was a lot of films. Let me know in the comments what y'all thought about the ranking, and give me your ranking of what your favorite Pixar movies are. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, AJ Reacts. So thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.